The COVID-19 pandemic has affected some small businesses and their progress here in Atlanta, especially Black-owned businesses. Restaurants are operating as normal, but with fewer faces. Since the start of the pandemic, businesses across the country had to close for a few days to limit face-to-face contact and keep the number of COVID-19 cases to a minimum. In Atlanta, Helen's Hot Chicken is a chicken restaurant that started in Tennessee, then made its way to Georgia. The restaurant that once received a lot of business before are now starting to slow down.
Before it happened, it was a steady pace. Every day we was busy, we were doing good numbers and everything, but when the pandemic happened, everything went downhill. A lot of folks was scared to come out.
At the beginning of the pandemic, restaurants had to limit their sales only to takeout or delivery. After a few weeks of trying this new approach, the managers noticed there was an even slower pace.
We did, but it seemed like we was losing a lot of customers. So we was like, as long as they have on masks, you know what I'm saying, at a social distance, at a certain distance, it was okay to dine in, you know what I'm saying, because we didn't want to lose no money. Okay. We didn't want to go down the drain.
Slim and Husky's is a pizzeria and another Black-owned business. When they tried to have their opening in Atlanta, the restaurant had to be put on delay.
We opened post-COVID. Okay, so we were supposed to open in March, actually, and that is exactly when COVID hit the biggest. So, and that's when we delayed opening, and we opened Juneteenth, actually. Okay. We ended up having an opening on Juneteenth.
The pizzeria wasn't affected much by the pandemic and still receives a constant flow of customers throughout the day. But like other restaurants, they still had to limit their hours for some of the staff.
Most businesses we have had to cut back. It really didn't affect us that much as we thought it would, but we've been doing pretty good with it. Hours have been cut, but they haven't been cut dramatically to where people can't, live their daily lives.
Okay, cool. The restaurants are limiting their hours of operation during these situations, but still plans to provide the same service as before. Keelan Berrien with GSU TV.